Welcome to another episode of Dr. Fantastic Cooks. If you've been following my cooking recipes on befantastictoday.com or on YouTube, you know that my recipes are easy, fast, inexpensive, and most importantly, delicious. Now, I've done a lot of episodes, so check them out at befantastictoday.com. They're categorized there. And there are some important things to cooking. One is to enjoy cooking. Cook with the family that cooks together, stays together. Bring your significant other into the kitchen and learn how to cook together or show them how to cook. Bring the kids in and have them help. You don't want them handling sharp knives at early ages, but you certainly want them to mix it and enjoy it. And most importantly is eat your meals with your family without electronic devices. Now, this recipe is Belizean because I'm on the island of Ambergris Caye in Belize. And so today I'm going to cook up a lamb curry, one of my favorite dishes, with coconut rice and beans rice, which is a staple here. They have a lot of stew chicken, pork chicken, beef stew. They have lots of stews, and they serve the rice, coconut rice and beans with almost all of them. And they also serve coleslaw, so I'm also going to do a Belizean recipe with coleslaw. And as you know, a really important ingredient to cooking is to have a cocktail while you're doing it, because if it doesn't come out well, at least you feel pretty good by the end of it. It's another hot day on the island, and I got the fan blowing, so I'm a little bit cool. Now, sharp knives are very important. They always need sharpening. And I see a lot of people cooking with their fingers out like this, and I think it's very, very dangerous. You always want to turn your fingers in when cooking. Now we're going to use a half a head of cabbage, a carrot, some cilantro, some onion, because I love onion and everything, mayonnaise, and some raisins, and that's the Belizean recipe. So basically, put your fingers in like this and slice it thin. Now what you're doing is you're using your knuckles as a backdrop. So you're slicing it like this, thin. And we'll pause because you don't want to watch me cutting all day. Okay, we have sliced the cabbage. First ingredient, cabbage. Put it in the bowl. Now, a lot of times you can grate the carrots, but I like the slivers of carrots. So I'm going to make a lot of slivers. Take the whole carrot and sliver it up so they're all little slices of carrot. And again, you don't want to watch me do this for half an hour. But, cooking is a lot of fun. You can't take it serious. You got to have fun when you cook. It's really important to have fun. And treat your food with kindness and love. Because, it might take hours to cook a meal and 5 minutes to eat it, but you got to enjoy every step of the way. Cooking is not hard. And, you can take a recipe and alter it. The curry asks for garlic. If you don't like garlic, don't put garlic in it. It's still going to taste delicious. If you like onions, like I do, put a lot of onions in it. I like onions. I think they're very healthy. And by the way, when I cook my stews, I'm here peeling, but when I cook my stews, I typically don't take the skin off because I believe that the skin has a lot of the nutrients. And I notice here that the potatoes in the dishes are not peeled either, and that's good. I actually had at Delicia's Deli yesterday, that's what inspired me, a fantastic lamb curry, and so I thought I would do it myself. Now that was $10 Belize, $12 Belize, which is $6 American, and which is very inexpensive to have a great meal with the coleslaw, the beans and rice. But for you, I went out and bought $30 worth of groceries so I could cook this meal for you. If you die with money in the bank, you're a loser. I just don't believe. I believe if you have money, you should use it for good purposes, to have fun, because life is all about happiness. And after 74,000 meals in my life, I love eating. I love gourmet food. I love junk food. I love all foods. I've eaten some amazing things in my life. The other day, Kat cooked up chicken feet, my first time. I've had goat brain. I've had alligator, of course caviar, you can't go wrong with caviar, sea urchin, they say goat brain, lots of different things. Okay, so I sliced up the carrots and they go in there. Now, even though I peeled the carrot about a half hour ago, I noticed that some of the outside turned brown already from the air. Air destroys things. And so it's very important in cooking to have a good presentation. The plating is very important, but if someone sees a dirty carrot slice in their coleslaw, especially kids, they may not be very happy about it. So, it's all about cooking is also timing. So I cook my salads first because you can I like them refrigerated. I like my salads cold. And of course, when you're done cooking the rice and everything else, and that comes out together, the salad's all ready. So, you never want to serve a steak and potato dinner, and the potato takes 20 minutes after you serve the steak. That's not good policy when cooking for friends or even for yourself. You want everything to come out at the same time. So now we've got the carrots, and the cabbage in there. We're going to put a pack of raisins. Raisins, very healthy, very delicious. This is all very healthy. Now there are two types of recipes in coleslaw. I like coleslaw. One is more of a vinaigrette, and then one is this one here is mayonnaise. I always forgetting something. So again, carrots. It's an onion, not a carrot. Again, fingers away. Take out the outer skin there. Like that. And again, like this. No cutting of fingers, no blood. Everybody's happy. Sharp knife is important. You actually can do this without looking. Real chefs do that all the time. And there we have the onions. Love onions. Can't go wrong with onions. Small onion. It goes into the salad. So we have, now, the recipe I was watching on the internet for this was hilarious. She said a tablespoon of sugar, and she literally went like this. It was at least a half a cup of sugar, so that was pretty funny. So I measured out a tablespoon of sugar, so we're going to put the sugar in there. Pepper, you gotta love pepper. There's the last of my pepper here. Bought a new one today. That's why it was so much money, because I do have some staples left over for another day. Pepper's good. I don't remember if she said salt, but I don't know how you can cook anything without salt. So I'll put a sprinkling of salt in there. And then lastly, I believe it's the last thing to go in there, is 1, 2, I'm going to go with 3 tablespoons, heaping tablespoons. Oh, cilantro. I know I was forgetting something. I always forget something. Cilantro. Cilantro is delicious. Break off an end of it. You're twisting it like that. Again, hold it close like this with your fingers away. Fingertips away, of course. Put in as much as you like. Here's a couple tablespoons right there. Like that. Into the pot. And we're going to have the delicious coleslaw. Next up will be the main dishes. Then just toss that together there with love. You don't put it in the grinders. If you ever try my guacamole recipe, I promise you it will be the best guacamole you ever ate. I promise you that. It's proven over many, many years. Many taste buds have tried it. It is fantastic. And it's the way I make it. Same ingredients you'll use in guacamole. And you can't go wrong with guacamole. And here's a shot of the coleslaw. Belize coleslaw. Okay, so now we're going to cook the lamb curry. You can do a lamb shank, you can do pieces. Today, unfortunately, or fortunately, I only have ground lamb, but that'll be fine. It'll be delicious. The first thing is heat the pan to a medium high. New stove here. In Belize, so you have to light it by hand. Medium high. Tablespoon of canola oil or some other type of oil. About a tablespoonful. Let it heat up. And we're going to put in curry, paprika, cumin, salt, habanero. Important thing about habanero is when you're touching it and cutting it is to wash your hands immediately afterwards, because if you touch your face or your eyes, you're going to be in a lot of trouble, because that stuff's powerful. And I've got garlic, all these things going in. Got some peas that's going to go in there. I've got a potatoes, and it's going to be a delicious dish. So you're heating the oil. The first thing is the onion. Again, fingers in. So what I like to do is chop it in two or three different directions, just like that. Pile it up there. Cooking's got to be fun, and of course, eating is even more fun. Love lamb curry. We had some Moroccan spice, but I went and bought curry just to do it. So, after you've got the onion sliced, put it there. Onion goes in there. You want to throw in the garlic and the ginger. A tablespoon of garlic and a tablespoon of ginger. About 2 minutes of sauteing that. Now, while that's sauteing, I'm going to take the ground lamb. Oh, by the way, let me show you the best way of chopping up a clove of garlic. You just push the knife on the end of it there and push down, and your thing comes off immediately. The skin comes off immediately. See how immediate that was? And all other ones came off a little quicker than that one did. And then, of course, again, knuckles in, dice it up. Sometimes you can put a whole clove in there. It'll cook down. Doesn't have to be totally diced up. And give it some stirs. It only takes about to break the onion a couple minutes. So now you take the ground or the. Typically, you want to put the spices in and let it marinate for 30 minutes. So I'm going to put some salt. I'm going to put some cumin, a teaspoon of each. Paprika for some spice, another teaspoon of that. The habanero for some spice, and a tablespoon of curry, because it is a curry dish. And then you want to mix that in there. Again, you want it to marinate, but it'll be okay this way. I think I got some habanero in my eye, I swear. Don't do as I do as I say, is the old saying. So, you've got to be careful with the garlic, because that cooks quicker than the onion. But knowing that it's going to cook 35 minutes, it's all good. So put the lamb in there. And saute it all. And after that's browned and sauteed, then we're going to put in the other ingredients. So, again, it's getting hot in the kitchen, so that's why it's important to have a cocktail. But have fun. That's the whole trick. There's nothing, I love cooking. Baking, it's a precise science. You really can't make mistakes with baking. You put too much of one or another ingredient in it, and you're in trouble. Here you can put more onions, it won't be a problem. More ginger, won't be a problem. We'll brown that all up, and then we'll come back for the next exciting step. Okay, the lamb is nice and brown and smelling delicious. Next step is a cup of tomato sauce, or ragu, or however you like, and a cup of water. I never like to waste any food. So, when you come down to the end of something in a jar, put some water in it, get all of it out. Hate wasting food. There's too many starving people in the world to waste food. So now you've got the tomato sauce and you've got the water for the base. Stir that in there. Now, luckily I bought 2 potatoes because one was no good. So Murphy's Law, always have a backup. So we're going to put a potato in there. And this is going to cook about 30 minutes. It's going to be about 10 minutes. I'll start the rice, show you how to do that. Peas, can of peas. You know how to catch a fish with a can of peas? You put the pea in the water, and when the fish comes up to take a pea, hit him with a stick. So that's how you catch fish with a stick and a pea. It's an old joke. Anyway, so let's see. That's going to cook for 35 minutes on low heat. Low heat there. Cover it. Have a sip of beer. Relax for a minute, then go back and do the rice. This looks like a 2-beer recipe. There's a little shot of the lamb curry cooking away. Okay, now for the rice. This is the first time I'm cooking the staple that's on the island. Every dish comes with coconut, rice, and beans. I don't have all the exact ingredients, but I'll take you through the basics. First thing you do, heat your pot. This is coconut oil. So a tablespoon of coconut oil. Heat that up. Put in a yellow onion. I'm using red onion. It's not going to kill the dish. I love red onion. I prefer red onion, but it calls for yellow onion. So saute that. Again, it just takes 2 minutes to saute the onions, which is fine. Then you're going to use a cup of jasmine rice. I would put the water in first, but it's okay. It'll just take a second. A cup of coconut milk. Now, I don't know the difference between coconut milk and coconut water, but it seems to me coconut milk. Oops. And don't worry, if you make a mess, hey, it's not the end of the world. If your kids are helping they make a mess, don't yell at them. Console them. It's an accident. It's not the end of the world. You spill it, you wipe it up, it's all good. No big deal. Don't take life so serious. Don't take cooking so serious. Okay, so we got the milk, we got the water, the black beans. I'm going to use the water from the black beans for some more moisture, because that rice will soak up all that water. It calls for a habanero chili. I'm out of habanero chilies, so the next best thing is habanero pepper sauce. And of course, that's to taste. It says tablespoon, I think, or teaspoon. What does it say there? Habanero chili to taste. So I like it spicy, so put in about a tablespoon of habanero chili. You got the black beans, the jasmine rice, coconut milk, the water, a little bit of salt. Of course, you have salt. And some pepper. Now, in theory, this should all come out at the same time. With TV magic, we're going to see what happens. Scallions I didn't have. That's not the end of the world. Bay leaf. I do have a bay leaf. Where's my bay leaves? Bay leaves. I do have a bay leaf someplace. Actually, I threw a bay leaf into the other dish as well. And so, let's see how it comes out. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me think. I think I know. Anyway, cooking is fun. Have fun with the family. And don't take it too serious, you know. Well, I'll talk to you in a bit. And this is the rice. Maybe a little bit too much onion, but I like a lot of onion. Okay, so there's the finished dish and the plating. Now, in full disclosure, I had to put in another half of, or 3/4 of a cup of water, but the rice came out really, really perfect. And the curry, I had to put in another a tablespoon of curry. But I like the fact that it's minced, not cubed. Don't need a fork. And this coleslaw is delicious.